And hello again, everyone. I'm Steve Vecchione, and welcome to another season of Stoughton Black Knights football. An 8-3 year last year for Stoughton, very exciting games, a terrific run in the playoffs, and now they start a new season in a season of transition. The Knights will be on the road for the entire year this year, and tonight we are at Randolph High School as Stoughton takes on Franklin. This game was supposed to be at Franklin, but they had problems with their track alongside the football field, so the two schools worked it out, and the game is here tonight at Randolph. I am joined tonight by Dan Snyder, Stoughton analyst. We worked together last year. Dan, once again, a pleasure working with you.
Steve, pleasure to be back here. One thing you did touch upon, yes, a little construction going on at Stoughton High School, so a little different feel for the Black Knight fans as you're watching from home. A little different atmosphere. Every game going to be technically on the road, but as tonight is a home game. And also, with the difference of the field being played on, there's a little bit of transition in the lineup as well. You're losing some big starters from last year and Ryan Sullivan and Izon Swain Price on the offensive side of the ball. Look for some new players to step up, and we spoke with Greg Burke, and he said health is going to be a factor as the team doesn't have as much depth, but that's when new people step up, and we're going to see how they transition to a new style here at Stoughton.
Stoughton beat Franklin 58-19 last season. We'll see how tonight plays out. It's Stoughton football on Stoughton Media Access. Steve Vecchione with Dan Snyder here at Randolph High School. Stoughton, the home team by designation. Franklin in white, they will be receiving the kickoff. It is 66 degrees. Dan, quite comfortable as we get ready to start here.
No, you gotta love this fall time weather, fall feel to the air here. New field for Stoughton for this season, as you mentioned, some construction at their home high school. So, gonna see a lot of new faces on the field, a lot of new atmosphere on the field. I'm just excited. Stoughton football's back.
Stoughton football is back, and Franklin will get the ball first. Now, Stoughton had a huge start last year en route to a big victory over Franklin. The game was really never in doubt from almost the beginning of the game until the end. It was just all Stoughton for the most part. Franklin had some late plays, which got them some points, but really they were never really quite in it. Tonight figures to be a lot closer. Franklin has some players coming back. Stoughton, of course, in a season of transition. Coach Burke said we're going to find out right away how good they are. It looks like David Bell will do the kickoff for Stoughton. They have a terrific kicker in Josh Kochi for extra points and field goals, a good punter in Paul Feeney. Jack Nally and Ryan Driscoll back for Foxborough comes to the for Franklin rather comes to the up back end. Good field position for Franklin immediately as they cross the 40 to start here. Ball on the 41, first and 10, Franklin.
Yeah, that was Owen Palmieri on the return. Almost finds the seam there. Good job by Stoughton, closing out the outsides. Good lane discipline there.
So excellent field position for the Panthers to start here. First and 10 on the 41. So keep an eye on the quarterback, Jake Noviello, the senior, number 10. Threw for more than 1,700 yards last season, 15 touchdowns. He's 6'4", 210 pounds. Yep. Threw for 215 yards against Stoughton last year and 2 TDs. They run up the middle to start, and they get 3 yards. Good interior line play by Stoughton to start here.
Yeah, Stoughton's fired up right now.
Stopped by Captain Paul Feeney.
Paul Feeney in the middle of that. Gain of 3, it'll be second down and 7.
Yeah, Stoughton losing some big names, especially on the defensive line with Lino Azul and Iverson from last year graduating. So you're going to see some new names stepping up, new names making some plays.
2 receivers out to the right. They run up the gut again, and Stoughton meets the challenge. No gain. Terrific defense on the interior, and the running back Hofferty stopped by Stoughton, sets up third and long.
Yeah, just was mentioned new names, a name returning, Paul Feeney leading the tackle in there.
3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. First drive of the game, Franklin with good field position. They have the ball on the 44.
Just spreading the ball out wide, the wide formation here, testing the corners.
3 receivers out to the left on 3rd and 7. We'll see if Franklin can take advantage of his field position. Noviello up the seam on completion. Beautiful pass.
That was an absolute feed from Noviello. 6'4" frame, got those long arms, can really extend the ball down the field.
Sean Leonard with the catch.
There's another name you're going to hear a lot of tonight, Steve. Sean Leonard, a returning receiver.
That'll bring them up
So
to the
unofficially a
Black
gain
Knights
of
39-yard line.
15 on that play.
And a first down for Franklin.
First and 10 for Franklin on the Stoughton 39. A terrific pass by the senior. Now they go 2 receivers out to the right, but they swing it to the left. That's Nally.
We'll get rid of the ball real quick to Jack Nally.
Gain of a few,
Nally
second down, and we'll call it 7.
Yeah, very early on, Franklin trying to go to the ground game, not much success, but then through the air, you got the strong arm with Noviello. He's going to be throwing the ball all over the place, it looks like, tonight.
Ball placed at the 35, second down and 7. They swing it out again to get some blocking, and a few yards there for Will Davis. It'll set up third and intermediate.
We'll call it about 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd, 2.5. A lot of quick screen passes right now, trying to catch Stoughton off guard, set up some blocking downfield.
Trying for some misdirection, receivers out to the right, but they throw out to the left, trying to keep Stoughton off balance. Another third down situation for the Panthers. And a timeout is called. Or rather a flag, I should say.
On the field.
Yep. So we'll see, it could be a delay or a procedure penalty on Franklin, so that changes the dynamic of this third down. It goes from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7, different play now.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, you kind of open up the playbook. You can do a little bit of everything, whatever can get you a couple of yards. 3rd and 7, a little different.
3rd and 6 now for Franklin.
We'll call it 3rd and 6. The ball's on the 35. They need to get to the 29. Still a much different scenario with the procedure penalty. Franklin converted on its first third down situation.
3rd and 6 for the Panthers on the Black Knights.
So Davis and Leonard come out, but now we do get that timeout I thought we had earlier.
Yeah, something's not right on the Franklin side of the ball.
They want to get this right. They, again, had a bad start against Stoughton last year. They really feel like this program is on the rise. They had 2 conference wins last year in a 2-9 season. The defense really struggled for Franklin last year. They gave up the most points in the Hockomock. Offensively, they did okay, but they lose a key player in Jacob Walawaki, who rushed for over 1,000 yards last year and had 128 all-purpose yards against Stoughton in the loss last season. So they miss him, but they have experience. And they have some players who are ready to come out on fire. It's 3rd down and 6 on the Stoughton 35. Noviello shovels it. That's a good play, and that's going to get a first down.
Yeah, a little Brett Favre-esque shovel pass there. Just catch the defense off guard, line everybody up wide, have them go down, streak down the field. A little shovel pass to the up back gets the first down.
So another well-designed play on 3rd down. Hofferty with the reception. Sean Hofferty has been in the middle of a couple plays here. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And Hofferty again up the middle. Good gain of about 6 or 7.
Good balance of play calls so far from Ian Bain here in this Franklin Panthers offense. A lot of quick screen passes out to the outside, mix it up with a run up the middle. Burke's going to have his hands full.
Stoughton had 4 shutouts last season. Their defense was excellent. But right now, their defense is on its heels a little bit. It's 2nd down and 4. Ball on the Stoughton 21. 2 receivers out to the left and right. Nally behind Noviello. 2nd and 4. They swing it out again. 3rd time they've gone to the left side on a swing pass. And a reception and a near first down. That was Wendell.
Getting that first down.
First down. Justin Lee with the tackle there on the far side, but another first down for Franklin as they are moving the chains. 1st and 10 on the 15. 3 receivers out to the right. A lot of looks here. Franklin, very diversified play calling to this point. 1st and 10 on the 15. Hofferty gets about 4 before he's pushed back.
One more time.
2nd down, and we'll call it 6.
That's again Justin Lee leading the charge there for the Black Knights, making the tackle.
We're going to see Lee on both sides.
They place it near the 10. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Franklin on the move. They started this drive on their own 41. They've gotten several first downs. Now the pitch, and Nally is close to the far side chain.
We'll see where we spot this ball. It looks like he's just short of the first down line to gain.
They've run pitch plays. They've been swinging the ball out to the left side on the passes. They threw a seam pass for a first down. It's been a lot of different things. We'll call this 3rd and 1 now. Near the 5-yard line, no score. We have 6:59 to go in the first quarter.
Timeout.
So another timeout, this time by Stoughton.
It's going to be a full timeout.
Coach Burke talking his team up here on this big 3rd down and short. The defensive line has struggled a little bit, and the team has been on its heels with the diversified play calling by the Panthers.
You can accredit the fatigue of Stoughton's defense right now, to, yes, there's a lot of different plays that Franklin's calling, but you look at them after the play is over, rushing back up to the line, you see a lot of no-huddle offense here. Ian Bain had a plan going into the first drive, that's why he took the ball, he knew what he wanted to do. And as a result, Stoughton falling back on their heels a little bit, and Franklin putting the pedal to the metal right now on their way to the end zone.
Noviello is a very impressive looking quarterback. Big guy, senior. You got to like his physical skills. And when you have a senior quarterback with that type of ability, everything takes care of itself.
Yeah, you talk to Ian Bain, and it's a process. It's a transition year for them, and it's an upswing transition. They're on the uprise right now. Players returning, and they know what they want to do. Now it's just getting onto the field and executing.
Almost every play.
So the ball is near the 5-yard line. It is 3rd and short.
Defense regrouping after the timeout.
Leonard is out to the right. They go up the middle, and a nice defensive play for a loss. The defensive play by Burke. And that'll set up a 4th down.
There's another new name you're going to hear a lot of this year, Anthony Burke.
It's going to be a loss
with the absence of some playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, graduating from last year. New players stepping up. Anthony Burke's going to be one of those.
Burke, a senior and a captain.
Get a player down, timeout.
Welcome back. The injury to Stoughton was Matt Piana.
4th and 3.
He is helped off the field. The junior plays the D-line, number 55. We'll keep an eye on Matt, see how he does. It is now 4th down and short for Franklin. Looks like the ball is placed at around the 7-yard line.
4th and 3.
So it's 4th and 3.
For the Panthers.
Can Franklin convert on 4th down? Noviello over the middle. That's a touchdown.
Noviello.
That is caught by Sean Leonard.
With Sean Leonard for the
Franklin
touchdown.
with a very impressive drive of 59 yards to start the game. And it's Franklin 6, Stoughton nothing as we get going here at Randolph High School.
Yeah, and the two standout plays from that, both Noviello to Leonard connections, the seam pass up the middle with about 3rd and long at midfield, and the quick in route
lining up for
back again to Leonard. Just strong arm from Noviello we're going to see tonight.
Matt Zucco, the lefty, will try the extra point. A very impressive drive by Franklin with a lot of different looks and plays. Zucco down the middle. Franklin 7, Stoughton nothing. So the season of transition has not gotten off to a great start for the Black Knights at this moment. But of course they have Evan Gibb at quarterback, and they are capable of answering this Franklin drive with their own stellar quarterback. But Jake Noviello looked really, really impressive, leading that team with accurate passes. And they used several players, including Leonard and Hofferty, and it was a very good drive by the Panthers.
Oh, a lot of variety in their play call. Kept Stoughton off balance. A lot of quick pace, no huddle offense, keep them on their heels. And Stoughton's just shaking off the cobwebs right now for the first drive. You know Burke's got something up his sleeve to fight any offense. So get their offense back on the field. Gibbs going to charge them down. Get back in this ball game.
So Noviello to Leonard to start the scoring in this game. That drive was 4 minutes and 27 seconds. They converted several 3rd downs. They converted a 4th down. They did just about everything you would want on a drive.
Yeah, an opening drive to open up your season in what the head coach calls a transition process year. All good things from Franklin's offense there to start off the season.
Yeah, Coach Bain, you're talking about the process and the transition. He felt like they got some good experience last year playing in postseason action. Even with a 2-9 record, they made it. Here's the kickoff and return. Stoughton.
John Rue.
John Rue with the return. Good coverage by Franklin. So the Knights will take over on its first possession at the 21. Evan Gibb, the quarterback. Very impressive season last year, coming in week 3.
On the 21.
The North Attleboro game, he replaced David Salucci, and he was the starter from that point thereafter. Had an outstanding season, 536 yards passing, 8 touchdown passes, and he can run. They run the near side to start. Good game.
Oh, he's gone.
Along the
He's
sideline.
Got one man.
Cuts back. Beautiful run by Ruben Gonzalez. A huge gainer. That ball was...
With a 45-yard run.
Or rather, the amount of yards in that was, I didn't hear it, Dan. Did you catch the...
the 45-yard
45
gain
yards.
right there.
A terrific run by Gonzalez out of the chute, running the near side.
Just good blocking up front, open up the seams and let Ruben go wild. You talk about players who need to step up. He's going to be one of those players for Black Knights this season to step up and make some plays.
1st and 10 on the 34. Gibb, he likes to run.
Multi-dimensional quarterback.
And that is a strong game. You saw him put his head down there. Coach Berg told me he is a linebacker playing quarterback. He is a tough runner, and Coach Berg also told me he's going to run a lot more this season.
Well, he's listed on the depth chart as a quarterback / linebacker, so you're absolutely right there. Just a strong frame, 5'10", $190, just a workhorse back there, and like we said, multi-dimensional. He's going to be allowed to run the ball more.
2nd and 2 on the 26 of Franklin, so Stoughton immediately answering the Franklin touchdown with a good drive after that long run by Gonzalez and a nice run by Gibb. 2nd and 2. Iverson in motion. This is Alex Iverson. Good gain. 1st down near the 20. Alex Iverson getting more action. You're going to see more juniors in action this year for Stoughton. Coach Burke working in guys who saw some action last year, but they're going to get a lot more playing time now. That ball is placed, by the way, on the 21, a 1st down.
Yeah, a young team for Greg Burke and the Black Knights this year. Look for a lot of players to step up.
The runner.
Less than 5 to go in the 1st quarter. 7-0 Franklin. Stoughton down a touchdown, but on the move. In motion, Lee. Showquist gets his first carry, and he's stuffed at the line, a very short gain. Alex Showquist.
Yeah, we saw shades of Soquist last year toward the end of the season, getting some touches kind of in preparation for an expanded role he'll have this year.
We haven't seen a lot of Justin Lee yet, but we will. 8 touchdowns last season, 11 carries, 527 yards. But they're working some new players into the offense with the departures of Sullivan and Swain Price. You'll see a lot of Gonzalez, who had that big run earlier. You'll see a lot of Showquist. Lee, a key figure. Now Lee is in the slot. Out to the left is Sanda. It's 2nd and 8 on the 19. Gibb throws it to the near side. Sanda gets some blocking and is brought down on a nice form tackle at the 15-yard line. That was McClaney, who was 2nd on the team in tackles last year for Franklin with a good tackle.
Yeah, trying to take a page out of Franklin's playbook, with a little quick screen pass. Had one guy blocking up front. Just one guy can't block 2 people, so short gain there.
It's 3rd and 3. Big early moment for Stoughton, down 7. Ball on the 15. Franklin had a 59-yard scoring drive for the first touchdown, but Stoughton has come right back with a long drive of its own. But now they face a 3rd down situation. Gibb, he's going to try to run it, and he is cutting to the right side and gets the 1st down with some excellent running. Down to the 10-yard line. It looked like he was stopped, but a nice move to the right, and he gets the 1st.
Yeah, that was Noel McClaney, like you said, the leading tackler from last year. Had his hands on Gibb, tried to pull him down, but Gibb with a nice cutback gets back up the middle of the field, gets the 1st down.
Some of the key players for Franklin to watch. McClaney, as we talked about, number 5, Ryan Driscoll. Coach Bain called him the
10.
focal
So it'll be
point
first
of the
and goal on the
defense
10.
coming into the season. They have a couple good linemen in Riley Downing, 70, Jackson Gilbert, 99. However, it's 1st and 10 for Stoughton on around the 10. Lee in motion, but a flag. Could be a procedure penalty. They keep going. Lee is thrown for a loss on the
Justin
run.
Lee, stopped there by
They
Ryan
didn't stop the
Bristol.
play, and it was kind of everybody was going in half motion, but Lee lost yardage there.
Yeah, we had Lee in motion, design on the play, but it looked like Soquist jumped just before the snap. Wanted to know why the refs didn't stop that play.
Illegal shift. The penalty is declined.
So they declined the penalty on the illegal shift, and that was a loss for Lee. So 2nd down at the 13. It is 2nd and goal, technically.
Well, if you figure if you get the loss on the play for Franklin, looking on the defensive side of the ball, you get the loss there.
And it's going to be a
Why give them the extra down to make that up? So you get 2nd down in 13 as opposed to 1st.
So 2nd and goal from the 13. Stoughton just converted a 3rd down on the Gibb run, but now they need 2 good plays at least to get into the end zone, perhaps. We'll see if they try to make chunks of plays here or they go into the end zone. It's 2nd and goal at the 13. Gibb, the reverse, nothing for Lee. Excellent defense by Foxborough, and nothing doing on that reverse.
Yeah, try with the misdirection, but Franklin's reading that all day. Morrison cutting in the backfield, making the initial hit.
3rd down and 15. So 3rd and goal on the 15.
So it's 3rd down and goal on the 15-yard line. Franklin has pushed Stoughton backward after they got to the 10. 3rd and goal on the 15. 2 receivers out to the left. We'll see what Gibb does here. Throws it into the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. John Rue, 15 yards.
What an impressive pass by Gibb there. Had nothing, scrambling outside, regains composure, finds Rue in the end zone. Beautiful seam pass up the middle.
So we saw Noviello with some good seam passing earlier down the middle. That was a right down the middle throw, beautifully executed. The sophomore, Rue, with the touchdown, and it's 7-6.
That was exactly where the ball needed to be from Gibb there. Rue making a great adjustment on the ball, catching it in traffic. Not an easy thing for a receiver to do, and you know you're going to take the punishment. Comes down with it for the touchdown.
So on the 3rd and goal from the 15 unofficially, Rue with the touchdown. Kochi for the extra point. We have a stoppage and a whistle. Kochi was excellent last year, came on early in the season to do the place kicking and was very good. Coach Burke feels real good about the kicking game and punting game. We'll see if Kochi can convert this extra point to tie the game. Right down the middle at 7-7. Franklin and Stoughton, so both teams come out with long drives, impressive looking offense on both teams.
And going back to what Kochi can do, it's nice to rely on your special teams. One thing you just don't have to worry about, especially when you're going through a transition year, bringing in some new players, and you have that to fall back on. It's a good feeling for a coach to have.
So it was Noviello to Leonard for the first touchdown of the game, Franklin, and now Gibb to Rue on a 3rd and long from the 15-yard line.
Stoughton having some success through the air on that drive, and a little different offense than what we remember from last year, especially with what I call the 3-headed monster with Sullivan and Swain Price. We don't want to bring up those names. They graduated. Good luck to them at their respective schools right now. But a new generation of Stoughton Black Knights coming in, and maybe a new style of offense through the air. Gibbs got the arm for it.
So unofficially a 59-yard drive for Franklin, but now Stoughton with a 79-yard drive of its own. And it's 7-7. Again, good field position for Franklin as Driscoll
Driscoll
brings the
there
ball
returning
over the
the ball.
35. It'll be 1st and 10 for Franklin.
Just got a piece
So
and dragged it
Stoughton
back
has
to
not
the
done a
35-yard line.
particularly good job at this point on the special teams containing Franklin on the kickoff.
No, he had a good seam. Driscoll almost breaking it all the way, and then Soak was making a good play, just grabbing whatever he can from Driscoll, dragging him down. But 35-yard line to start off, it's not great field position if you're the Black Knights.
So we'll see what Noviello does here on this drive. They had a lot of different looks on their opening touchdown drive of the game. They had the ball first. They go up the middle.
Well, it worked for the first drive. Noviello hands it off.
Hofferty has been very active in this game already.
Yeah, we've seen that formation a lot. The 3 out wide, one wide out to the left side for Franklin, 1 back, and then spread out the defense and run up the middle. Just keep everybody away from the middle of the field and hope your line can make a play.
Under a minute in the first quarter. Run up the middle, close to a first down.
Again.
That's Hofferty again. So it'll be 3rd and short. We have 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. This is the second time Franklin's had the ball. They scored on its first possession. Stoughton scored on its first possession.
Quite enough for the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and
We'll see if they get the play off before the end of the quarter. It's 3rd and short. Noviello has, they throw it to the running back, I should say, and they get the first down. Another look. That's Nick Gordon.
Gordon there with a carry.
And Nick Gordon with a good gain for the first down into Stoughton territory as we hit the 9-second mark. The ball is on the Stoughton 46, so they snap the ball to the running back on that play. Another different kind of play.
Right, well, also Gordon listed as a quarterback on the roster too, so maybe adding that element of a little trickery there, a little direct snap. Anything they can do to keep Stoughton off guard.
Well, they've opened up the kitchen sink with this offense. They have run the ball up the middle. They have thrown deep seam passes. They have thrown passes on swing passes out to the left side.
I'm sorry, Steve Vecchione. I went to high school with Nick Vecchione. Steve Vecchione from Stoughton Media Access. We had a little conversation before the game.
So we get ready to start the second
It's going
quarter.
to be a pretty evenly matched game, and so far it certainly is proving to be that way.
I think he's giving me props on the PA as we speak.
Yeah, we're getting a little help from the PA announcer here.
Both have returned.
It's a nice scene here tonight. A very good crowd. Again, we're at Randolph High School.
Especially for the Black Knights.
This is technically a home game for Stoughton. They're in the
seniors from last year.
home colors, but all these games for Stoughton this season will be away from Stoughton High School. Last year, the last game ever, you and I had the privilege of calling the Canton game, the 48-0 victory on the last game ever at Sarno Field. A very emotional day.
Oh, what a fantastic game it was, though. Just a great way to send off the seniors for Stoughton and facing your crosstown rival and sending them home with a big goose egg.
I can still see that defensive stop by Luis Montero at the end of the game, preserving the shutout. We resume. Second quarter is 1st and 10 for Franklin. They have been excellent offensively. Noviello down the middle, and that is a completion to Nally.
Excellent pass from quarterback.
So a first down again.
Nally.
It's an absolute rocket there from Noviello, and it looks like we got Ruben Gonzalez down on the field now. Don't want to see that if you're Stoughton.
No, and I made a big circle on my notes with Coach Burke when I was talking to him. He said the biggest key to this season for our team is going to be health. And that is because they are not particularly deep. He's working in some players. He's a very senior-oriented coach. He loves to play his seniors. He feels they've earned the right to play. But if you remember last year, they worked in a lot of these players who are underclassmen who are going to have prominent roles this year. So he feels like they're well stocked for the season in terms of the starters from guys he used last year, but depth could be an issue.
And a good sign there, Gonzalez walking off the field under his own power here, aided by trainers, but walking by himself. And you're absolutely right, Steve. You want a good core, you want some good leadership coming from your seniors, but you have to get the reps into the young guns too, the juniors and the sophomores on your team. So in case of something like this happening, everybody's ready to go. Next man up, what you'd like to hear a lot. Next man up is what a lot of teams instill.
So after that first down conversion, it's 1st and 10 for Franklin on the 28 of Stoughton. Again, they're moving. They go up the middle with Hofferty, and this time Stoughton meets Hofferty after a very short gain, and right in the middle of that play
John Hofferty with
is John Jolly.
Yeah, John Jolly coming up for the tackle. Paul Feeney in the back. Some big new names coming in for Stoughton. See if they can step up.
Second down and 9. Ball on the 27.
And a long 9.
Franklin has had plenty of different looks. They throw over the middle for another first down. And that's Sean Leonard, who has the touchdown in the game. First down coming up again for Franklin.
Yeah, pretty easy when you got 6'4", throwing a 6'3" up the middle of the field. You can see over the top of everybody.
This looks like a different Franklin team from the team I saw last year.
Oh, from the game that we saw last year, much different pace of play right now.
First and 10 on the 14. Franklin moving again. Noviello calling signals. Franklin looking for the lead. They hand it to Hofferty. This time Justin Lee is there to stop Hofferty. Virtually no gain.
Yeah, Justin Lee and Anthony Burke coming up for the tackle there.
Down by Justin Lee.
Second down and 10.
No gain. Third down.
So they converted on a second down and long on the previous play. Now it's second and 10. Noviello. Over the middle, incomplete. That's the first low pass he's thrown. He was looking for Leonard, but never had a chance on that throw.
No, he was perfect until that pass. Just slipped out of his hands there. You want to put the ball where the receiver can't, or where the defender can't get it, but the receiver needs to get it.
So now a big third down play in this game, 3rd and 10. 7-7, Franklin and Stoughton. Franklin had the ball first, they scored a touchdown. Stoughton got it back, they scored to tie the game. Now Franklin looking to regain the lead. 9:13 to go in the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 10. Noviello hands to Hofferty. Or rather, that is Nally, and a loss. A loss of Shoquist in the middle of that.
Yeah, Shoquist leading the tackle there. 3rd and 10, got to make a stop, and they did.
Shoquist catching up there on
So Nally, number 1, loses.
Big loss.
The ball is back at the 20.
To the 20-yard line.
This could be kind of long for Zuko, so it's going to be 4th and 15 on the 20. But with this passing game, 4th and 15 is definitely attainable. We'll see who they look for here. 8:42 to go in the second quarter, 7-7 game, 4th and 15. Noviello over the middle, a huge hit by the Stoughton defense.
Noviello looking for Jack.
That is incomplete.
Gets absolutely rocked by Justin Lee over the middle of the field. I wouldn't want to catch that ball either.
Green Hightower was also involved there, Malachi Green Hightower. So it's 4th and 15 on the incompletion. So Stoughton bending but not breaking on that sequence.
Yeah, absolutely right, and that's a good, not the safest way to play if you're Stoughton on defense, but bend and break, emphasis on don't break. So let them get into the red zone, and let them turn over the ball.
So we saw Gonzalez with the long run on the first play of the last drive. They didn't use Justin Lee all that much in the first drive. He had a loss on a play just before the touchdown, but we'll see if they utilize Justin Lee a little more, perhaps. Gonzalez is out to the left. Lee is in a wing. This is the wing T offense for Greg Burke. And they have a running quarterback. Lee in motion, he gets it. And he does not get much. Franklin up for the challenge of that run. A short gain of 1 or 2.
To Justin Lee.
Yeah, Lee in motion, trying to get a little bit of a head start, but can't go anywhere when your offensive line doesn't make the hole for you. And it's one thing we're going to look for this season is almost an entirely new offensive line for Stoughton, losing multiple seniors to graduation, so new guys are going to have to step up.
Coach Burke told me that part of the reason Gibb was so successful with the passing game was because of the pass blocking. He thinks pass blocking is going to be a major emphasis for the team this year and will be an indicator of how well they can play offensively if they can keep Gibb in the pocket and he can get some time.
Well, this just opens up your playbook too. When you're able to run the ball effectively, it opens up your playbook to more passing plays too, a little bit of play action, and just so many different opportunities.
Sanda, the receiver on the near side, 2nd and 9. They look the other way, and it's caught. And that'll be a first down, a nice gain. And And it's first down as Matt Hadley with the catch.
Yeah, Matt Hadley making a nice adjustment there. Gibb letting that get away from him just a little bit, but Hadley, tall frame, able to reel it in, get the first down, move the chains.
So we're seeing a lot of different players utilized. Hadley, Lee, Gonzalez, Showquist. It's going to be a lot of different guys contributing. This is a faster Stoughton team than last year. They have a lot of speed on this team. So that's a different element perhaps from last year, a little bit faster. First and 10. They run the near side. Hadley again, this time he is met and thrown for a loss.
Yes, Franklin just read that play from the start. The jet sweep there, but unable to get anything going as Franklin just read it all day.
Morrison, one of the key defensive players for Franklin.
31, loss of 2 yards.
In on the play, it's at the 31 now, second and 12.
Second down and 12.
Evan Gibb threw for 8 touchdowns last year. He also ran for 191 yards. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. He's 5'10", 190. Came in the 3rd game of the season last year and was a revelation. Second and 12. Gibb throws to the far side. It is caught by Hadley, but he is met and stuffed for a loss.
Yeah, met very quickly by Noel McClaney. If he has one more step on that ball, he's at the house. That's pick 6 all day.
That would have been a pick 6.
And a loss.
So now a 3rd and long for Stoughton. So it's not coming as easily on this drive for Stoughton as it did the first drive of the game. They had a couple early long runs to put them into Franklin territory, and eventually they were able to convert on a 3rd and long. Now they have a 3rd and long, this time on their own 27. 2 receivers out to the right and left. Less than 6 to go in the second quarter. Gibb rolls to his right, being chased. Nowhere to go and thrown again for a loss.
Gibb looking for the
Franklin
pass, not finding it.
Stuffs Stoughton on that series.
Good coverage downfield by Franklin too. Had Hadley, had Rue. That's a tough one to say. Had Hadley downfield, just unable to break coverage, and Gibb doing a good job there securing the ball. You don't want to turn the ball over in that situation. You'd rather kick it away here.
So Paul Feeney's out there to punt. Coach Burke said, I hope we don't see a lot of him in the punting game, but he's out there to punt. He does, as I said earlier, like his kicking game and punting game. Nally and Driscoll are back for Franklin. Approaching 5 to go in the second quarter. The first punt coming up for Feeney.
Paul Feeney with a kick.
And it's taken by Nally at the 45. Moves up the middle and gets about 10 into Stoughton territory. The tackle by Gonzalez. First and 10, 3rd possession of the game coming up for the Panthers.
Yeah, just about the best you could ask for if you're Stoughton there. You're gonna give up decent field position, kicking from deep in your own zone. But anything around the 50-yard line right now is pretty good if you're Stoughton.
So a tough non-conference game for the Black Knights. Coach Burke felt like we're going to find out real fast how good we're going to be this year. These are good opponents we're playing in the non-conference.
5 minutes to play in the
Power Memorial next week. Quality opponent. The way things are shaping up right now, this looks to be a pretty even matchup. We'll see how it plays out. First and 10 on the 45. Pass comes out to the near side, and it is almost intercepted. Not quite.
Looking for Jack Nally there.
Not quite.
Yeah, dangerous pass
Ryan
there.
Semler.
Falling off the hands of Nally there. Semler almost making the huge play, which would have been almost as good as a first down from the previous possession if you're talking field position, but.
So Noviello has had a few incompletions on the last several throws. He looked great to begin this game. They looked for the screen pass, but that play was slow in developing, and Noviello just threw it to the ground.
Yeah, just turfs. It had nothing there. Didn't want to take the sack.
Jolly there with the pressure from Stoughton.
Jolly was chasing Noviello. So now it's 3rd and long. They had good field position to start here on the 45. They're still there on the 45. So the defenses have tightened up somewhat here.
Yeah.
But Stoughton will need better field position on their kickoffs and punts. Franklin has started in really good position each time they've had the ball. They have 3rd and 10 coming up here. Another crucial play in this first half for the Stoughton defense. Noviello straight back, over the middle. It is caught for a first down. A 20-yard pickup.
There.
And that is
John Leonard.
who caught the touchdown earlier.
Catching that ball right
Unofficially 22 yards on that play. The ball goes down to the 23, 1st and 10 on the 3rd and long.
What a surprise. 3rd and 10, 3rd and long. Who are you going to go to? One of your best playmakers in Sean Leonard. And Noviello just gets him a seed up the middle.
He has beautiful form. Hofferty up the middle, Feeney in the middle of that, along with a host of Stoughton defenders, short gain, if anything.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of high school quarterbacks with that, or high school players in general, above that 6-foot frame, and at 6'4", just long arms, long extension, can really get the ball downfield in a hurry.
We'll say it's still on the 23. It is 2nd down and 10.
Other Stoughton defenders on the play.
Noviello has been very efficient with the passes up the middle to Leonard. Leonard is out to the near side on 2nd and 10. They pitch it and run it. This is Nally.
Jack Nally busting the third.
He gets inside the 20. That'll set up 3rd down. Showquist with the tackle.
Nally with the run.
A little more conventional offense now from Franklin. We saw a lot of quick screens, a lot of quick plays at the beginning of the game. Slowing it down a little bit now, knowing that they got Stoughton on the ropes. Just safe plays, get them good yardage up the field.
They converted a previous 3rd down on this drive. Now they have a 3rd and 5 on the 18. Noviello looks to the far side. It's knocked away on a good defensive play by Anthony Burke.
Burke just reading the pass there. Looked like Noviello had a downfield option, but elects to go the underneath route, but Burke making a good play.
Burke has been in the middle of a couple plays on defense. Another crucial 4th down. Franklin failed to convert on a 4th down on its last drive. They did convert on a 4th down on the first drive. So we'll see how they do here. 4th and 5.
Can they connect?
On the 14. And they call time.
That's going to be a timeout.
So with 3:16 to go in the 2nd quarter, it is Franklin 7, Stoughton Franklin. Franklin has a 4th down coming up. And what does Coach Bain and Jake Noviello have in their bag of tricks on this play?
I'm honestly a little surprised that I don't see special teams out on the field right now. The ball's only at the 19, so that'd be about a 30, just under a 30-yard field goal. But Bain's definitely got something up his sleeve here. And then you got to look for your playmaker in Sean Leonard. I mean, they've connected on several 3rd downs, and of course the touchdown on the far side of the field earlier on in the first. So look for that Noviello-Leonard connection again. It's working so far.
Well, I think with a quarterback with the stature now of Jake Noviello, I think Coach Bain is going to ride that horse as best he can. He'll live and die with what his quarterback can do for him. And they have some playmakers, as we've seen with Leonard, and Nally, and
Driscoll up the middle
Driscoll
as well.
and Hofferty. So they've got 4 guys who've been really contributing. It's 4th and 5 on the 19. We'll see what they came up with out of the timeout. Noviello looks over the middle again. It is dropped. Leonard had that, but couldn't hang on. Stoughton getting possession after the incompletion.
Yeah, Leonard, like we said, Leonard up the middle. You got to look for your playmakers here. And you got Colin Sanda, who another player who's going to step up on the offensive side of the ball as a wide receiver, making a good play on defense, getting his hands in there, doing the dirty work, giving Stoughton the ball back.
Well, last year we had a 58-19 Stoughton win. Right now we are 7-7, 3:10 to go in the 2nd quarter. Franklin had the first touchdown of the game on a touchdown pass from Noviello to Leonard. Gibb Taru answered for Stoughton, and we are tied with 3:10 to go. 1st and 10 on the 19. They run up the middle. Here's Showquist. Takes to the outside.
He's got room.
Huge gain near midfield. 1st down, Stoughton.
Had a great run by Showquist there. A little great patience there, I should say, as he's waited for the holes to open up. Finds the seam, and Showquist up the middle of the field. Gets him into good field position.
Well, you wouldn't call him a speed burner, but he looked pretty good on that.
No, like I said, showed good patience there, and when he's got the acceleration, that's what you need getting into the 2nd and 3rd level of each defense. You find that hole, you shoot for it, and he took advantage.
27-yard run from the 19 to the 46. So now with 2:45 to go in the 2nd quarter, Stoughton has good field position now after they stop Franklin on the 4th
2
down.
minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
That was a big
First
play.
and 10
Noviello
for
to Leonard.
Black
Leonard dropping the ball. Now Stoughton with a chance perhaps to get the lead at halftime. Less than 2.5 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 on the 46 of Stoughton. Gibb hands to Lee. Works the near side, but he's not going anywhere. They have done a good job on Lee in this game to this point.
Ryan Driscoll again.
And Driscoll was all over him there.
Again, Ryan Driscoll. We got Spencer Briggs, or Briggs Spencer, excuse me. That's also making the tackle there, and just good overall coverage by Franklin, reading the play to the outside.
Catch up to
Spencer Briggs, Briggs Spencer. I
2
can
minutes
see
to
either
play
one.
in the first half.
That's what we got written down here. That's what we're going to use.
Interchangeable. Less than 2 to go in the second quarter. 2nd down and 9. Stoughton has it on its own 46. They fumble it a little bit, and Gonzalez tries to cut it upfield, but he is stuffed, and a flag is down.
Laundry on the
Ruben
field. Good job by
Gonzalez.
Ruben there by Gibb there, excuse me, to corral the loose snap. Gets to the Gonzalez. And just good job getting back to the line of scrimmage on a broken play.
So this has been a fast-moving first half. Clean game to this point. Few penalties. I think they got a hold on Stoughton, so this is going to get pushed backward.
That'll set them back a little bit, but you're right. Pretty clean, fast-paced game so far. Just some shifts and procedures. Nothing on the field that would warrant anything else, or warrant any personal foul, excuse me.
So actually the penalty was declined by Franklin because it's 3rd down. 3rd down and 9. So if they can stop Stoughton here, they'll get the ball back. 3rd and 9. 1:18 to go in the half. Gibb rolls to his right, throws the near side. It's caught. And that's a first down, I believe.
After the low
That is
snap,
Gonzalez.
Ruben Gonzalez.
It's close.
For the first down, it's right around.
It's right at the line. We'll see.
Right around the 44.
See the headline.
Good rollout by Gibb.
Great rollout by Gibb, and a better job corralling that snap again. It was low at his ankles, able to bring it up, roll out to the outside, find Gonzalez, and it looks like they're going to stop the play here to get a measurement.
So this will be interesting in that if they do not get the first down here on this measurement.
They're going to bring out the chain.
What do you do if you're Greg Burke? The game is tied. Do you kick it deep into Franklin
Walk them out here.
territory and go for the first half tie, or do you take a chance around midfield and try to go for it if they don't get it?
Now, if they were able to get right back up to the line and call the next play on a 4th and short, I would say go for it. But because you have the stoppage here, both teams catching their breath, and it looks like we're not even going to have to. Oh, they do. Oh, it is just short. It looks like. Well,
so now a decision.
Yeah, now you have to start thinking about that. If I'm Stoughton here, if you feel like you have the momentum in your side,
So Lawrence calls it a
and it looks like it doesn't even matter, Steve, they're going to give him the first down. And
First down,
he indicated that it was
1 minute,
short at
8
one point,
seconds
but then he
on the
changed
clock.
his mind, it looked like.
yeah, I wasn't sure what the ref was thinking, but it gives them the first down, so you don't have to think about a 4th and short. Now you just keep the ball rolling on offense and do what you do best, and that's put the ball in Evan Gibbs' hands and let him do the job.
I predict Greg Burke would have gone for that. I think he wants to see what his line can do early.
I agree.
And I think he would roll the dice and do it in that case, but it doesn't matter now because it was a first down. The ball's on the 44. Stoughton with a great chance to perhaps get a lead before halftime. They have the ball in Franklin territory.
Called by Franklin.
So Franklin's defense will call time. After Stoughton converts on that play, the nice catch along the near side by Gonzalez.
Yeah, a good timeout by Franklin too. You see what Stoughton brings out on the field for formation, so you want to adjust to that. So they're going to put their best playmakers on the field to try to get the stop here, because you know Bain wants to take one more shot at the end zone before halftime if he gets the ball back.
Ball on the 44. Again, if you just joined us, Franklin on its opening possession marched down the field and scored on a touchdown pass on a 59-yard drive. Stoughton came right back.
Not be here tonight.
Evan Gibb to Rue.
Not here, but at Stonehill.
And it is 7-7.
Home game.
We have not had any scoring in the second quarter after a fast start by both offenses. The second quarter has gone by very quickly.
Field here, first and 10.
Play resumes. It's 1st and 10 on the Franklin 44.
Black Knights on the Panthers 44.
1:06 to go in the second quarter. Gibb looks deep, way downfield, nobody home. There was a miscommunication, I think, on that play with Rue.
Yeah, it looked like Rue got shaken off of his route there. Hadley also up the middle of the field. Rue looked like he wanted to go upfield, but good job by Franklin's corners there, keeping him to the outside, and Gibb just threw to nowhere.
For second and 10.
Greg Burke, 159 wins in his career. His 20. He's been the coach, I should say, since 1990. 159 wins, tied for 19th among active Massachusetts coaches. Greg Burke with a long list of successes here with the Stoughton Black Knights.
44.
This year of transition for the team, this year on the road, he's calling them Road Knights. And we'll see how they can do with each game away from Stoughton. It's 2nd and 10 late in the first half. Gibb over the middle. It is through the hands of Rue. Third down coming up.
Yeah, through the hands of Rue, through the hands of Ryan Driscoll there, playing as the middle linebacker in the middle of the field. And Rue looked like he tried to make the adjustment, just not able to get his hands on it, but a good ball by Evan.
Just off Rue's fingertips. It's gonna
So Rue has been a big factor
third down
in this first half so far.
On the clock.
We weren't sure how much of Rue we were going to see in this game, but Coach Burke, in this year of transition, he said to me, anyone with any kaputza in them wants to play more. I looked up kaputza in the dictionary. I couldn't find it, but Rue has the touchdown in the game for the Knights. 52 seconds to go in the first half. It's 3rd and 10 at the 44. Gibb over the middle. It is caught by Sander. First down to the 32. A 12-yard gain. Clock stops as they move the chains. Ball at the 31, a 15-yard pickup.
Tight defense, so Sanders down.
So a first down for the Knights. And they have a chance to get a score before halftime.
Yeah, charging down the field now. And you go back to what Burke said, anybody with a little kaputza, as you put it. I feel like that's one of those words that you don't really need to know the definition of to understand its meaning. It's anybody who can give you something on the field. It's not a football term, so you don't have to look in any football encyclopedia. It's anybody who can give you something on the field to contribute. And as you said, we got multiple guys needing to step up with multiple people, multiple seniors graduating. So anybody who can give them something on the field, you're going to go play.
Ball at the 31.
First and 10
46
for the
seconds to go in the
Knights.
half. 1st and 10. Lee alongside Gibb. Gibb straight back. Deep down into the end zone for Gonzalez. That is a touchdown for Stoughton. Ruben Gonzalez. Stoughton takes the lead.
You got Ruben Gonzalez at 5'9", not exactly a large player going up against two Panthers. Go up and get it, young blood. Bring it down.
Evan Gibb has shown to be a very versatile quarterback. He can throw short, he can throw deep, he can run. Evan Gibb at quarterback gives them a lot of diversity in their offense, and Gonzalez, if he can emerge as a playmaker, will be a big factor.
Well, when you have a player like Gibb who can run it, who can ground and pound it with the best of them, and then you put an arm on him, he can really do whatever he wants on the field, and defense is going to pay attention.
14-7 lead.
So that 31-yard touchdown
here in the first half
puts Stoughton in the lead just before the half. Getting that measurement was key. They got the first down, and as we talked about, they were looking for the lead before halftime, and now Stoughton has its first lead of the game. Franklin led in this game 7-0. Stoughton came back, made it 7-7, and now the first points of the second quarter result in a lead for Stoughton with 37 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, you mentioned not little to, like you said, no scoring here in the second, and now the Stoughton team's fired up, and they look to maybe make something happen before it's still 37 seconds left. It's a lot of time.
The Black Knights
see what happens.
So Coach Burke feels as if
in the second half,
the Knights will be a factor in the Hockomock this year in the Davenport. He says, we've got as good a chance as anyone. North Attleboro, the champion in the Davenport, they lost some guys, feels like they can compete with them. And he was really keen on these non-conference games to see where his team is at. Right now they have a lead. The ball covered up at the 22 for Franklin. They don't have a lot of time to work with here, 33 seconds. All of a sudden, Franklin, who looked very sharp early in this game, finds themselves down 7 as we approach halftime.
Yeah, you saw Franklin go a little more passing game, and then Noviello.
Well, coming up at halftime,
very sharp in the first quarter.
Coming up at halftime,
A little more incompletions in the second quarter. Stoughton maybe figuring out this Franklin offense, keeping them off balance, as Franklin was keeping Stoughton's defense off balance in the first.
So we'll see if Ian Bain, the coach of Franklin in his second season, we'll see if he opens up the playbook with 33 seconds to go. Of course, a turnover in their own end is not something that they would like, and they are going to run it. Not a lot of time left to try to move the ball upfield, and he's going to play conservative. No need to go down potentially 2 scores before halftime.
No, I think it's very smart. You remember Franklin did receive to start off this game, so Stoughton's getting the ball back in the second half. So the last thing you need to do is give Stoughton a possession before the end of the half and let them double up Franklin right now. Very smart play call by Bain here in Franklin. Just run the ball, run the clock, get into halftime.
Now, having said that, Noviello has a big arm, and who knows, maybe they'll try to keep Stoughton off balance with a long pass play here. 2nd and 7 on the 25. Noviello was extremely sharp to start this game. A big play in this game was that pass play to Leonard that could have been a touchdown that Leonard could not corral. Stoughton got the ball back and turned the game around. They do go deep, and that's not going to be a completion.
Looking for Ryan Driscoll.
Driscoll was out of bounds anyway. Had he come back and caught it, it wouldn't have counted.
No, but still an impressive throw by Noviello there. Throwing from his own 20, getting it over the field to the 40, and had. And Franklin, excuse me, go ahead.
Oh no, it was a low risk pass. Had the ball been intercepted, it would have been in Stoughton territory. So understandable why they would try that. Now there's 19 seconds to go. It's 3rd and 7. We'll see if they do something similar or they elect to just run the clock out. They elect to run the clock out. Feeney throws Hofferty for a loss. And now there's a timeout. So Stoughton will see if they can block this punt on 4th down.
John Hofferty there trying to run.
Feeney making the initial hit there. And a good sign here, we mentioned earlier in the game, Matt Piana coming out with the injury. He joined Feeney in that tackle, so he's back on the field. And he's looking strong.
So with 11 seconds to go, I'm pretty sure Franklin will decide to punt here. So this will be an opportunity for the special teams of Stoughton to put some pressure on the punter. And unfortunately, they don't have Swain Price on the team this year. That famous play last season with the pump block and recovery in the end zone. That was one of the memorable plays of last season for Stoughton.
Yeah, one of the highlights from Stoughton special teams last year. But there's really no risk in not sending the house here if you're Stoughton on a potential punt. Send all 10 guys. Let the punt returner, whoever's going to stay back, whether it be Gonzalez or Rue, excuse me. But send the house. Try to make something happen here.
Evan Wendell is the punter for Franklin. We have not seen him in this game. 4th and 7, 11 seconds to go. If you're Franklin, just convert the snap and punt it, and they do. Here's Gonzalez coming up for it. He's just going to let it go out of bounds with 3 seconds to go. So we'll see maybe if Gibb throws the ball into the end zone here.
Hey, ball going to be placed at the 44 on the other side of the on this side of the 50 for Stoughton. So maybe make one shot at the end zone here.
Probably one play.
Well, we just saw them convert a long pass play of 31 yards.
Hey, you know Gibbs got the arm for it, so it's definitely in the back of Burke's mind as he sends his offense out on the field.
So look for Rue, look for Gonzalez. We'll see who they have out there. 3 seconds to go. 14-7 Stoughton. Gonzalez comes out to the near side. Rue on the far side. Sand in the slot. Hail Mary time. Gibb has the arm.
Franklin playing 3 deep, and I saw Sean Leonard coming out on the field, so.
Gibb, all the way down it goes for Rue. It is caught, but not in the end zone.
Caught, but if he gets 3 yards more on that pass, then we've got ourselves another touchdown, but just falling short, but Still, nonetheless, an impressive play to end the half.
Well, it's good for the stats. It's good for the confidence, but it falls just short. They almost convert on another long touchdown pass. A very exciting end to the first half. A very exciting first half with some big plays. Two teams that are well matched against one another. And it's 14-7 Stoughton, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back. I'm Steve Vecchione with Dan Snyder, having a great time here at Randolph High School. We'll be back for the second half. Stoughton 14, Randolph 7. You're watching Stoughton football on Stoughton Media Access.
Gentlemen, I've got... Stoughton Media Access.
The second half, Stoughton and Franklin. It's Stoughton 14 and Franklin 7. I'm Steve Vecchione with Dan Snyder. Dan, a very interesting first half. Franklin led early, Stoughton answered. Then we didn't have much scoring until Stoughton scored late in the first half.
Yeah, when the action was hot, the action was very hot. Some back and forth scoring, a little unconventional from what we're used to seeing from Stoughton. A lot more attacking through the air. From the Franklin side of the ball, you knew that Noviello, and Leonard were going to connect multiple times. You got 6'4", throwing a 6'3" over the middle of the field. A lot of high flying action right now.
So Stoughton will receive the kickoff here in the second half. You've got Rue on the near side.
It's the 1-2 lineup in the backfield for the night.
Zuko kicking off for Franklin. Gonzalez comes up to field it, and he falls on it, and lucky he did.
Yeah, it's not a punt there. It's an opening kickoff, so you got to make sure you corral that. And Gonzalez doing a good job just getting on top of it.
Real quick.
So they're going to place the ball right around the 30-yard line as Stoughton has the ball to start here in the second half, leading 14-7. They had two touchdown passes in the first half. Evan Gibb to Jean Roux, 15 yards on a 79-yard drive. That was in the first quarter. Then Gibb to Ruben Gonzalez late in the second quarter. 31-yard pass after an 81-yard drive. So it's 1st and 10 on the 30 for the Black Knights. And they run up the middle. Showquiz for a yard or two. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Alexander Iverson in the backfield going in motion. Showquiz up the middle. You'll see some misdirection here from Stoughton.
Opening game of the season for both teams. Both teams have had scrimmages with other opponents, but this counts. Franklin had the early lead, but Stoughton came back with 2 touchdowns. It is 2nd down and 8 on the Stoughton 32. Evan Gibb at quarterback. They hand on the sweep to the left with Iverson. He gets about 3 to the 35. It'll set up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, first play was with the fake play action to Iverson. This time giving him the ball, seeing what he can do. Just again, another name that's going to try to step up here for Stoughton.
A little bit of misdirection on that. Conservative play calling to start the second half. Now a 3rd down passing situation for Evan Gibb, and he has been up to the task with his throwing in this game so far. But again, Evan Gibb is a multi-dimensional quarterback. 3rd and 6. Wouldn't put it past him for a design running play with Gibb. But it's 3rd and 6. In motion is Lee. Gibb straight back. He looks for Lee. Actually, it's Iverson, and that is incomplete. Ball hit the ground.
Near side lineman's calling that ball down. Looks like it did hit the ground. Got some turf that came up with it. And it's a shame because Gibb had him all day, just a little low.
Gibb and, Iverson and Lee were both out there. Lee was in motion, and he and Iverson were in the general vicinity. It seemed to confuse a little bit the Franklin defense on that design play, but unfortunately they were not able to convert. And so for Franklin, it's Driscoll and Nally back. Driscoll on the far side. Feeney with the punt. Low line drive. Nally with a good gain past midfield. Showquist wrestles him to the ground, but Franklin again with good field position on the Stoughton 45, inside the 45.
It looks like he had lane, had a room up the middle, and then Colin Rahaman and Ruben Gonzalez up to make the tackle.
First and 10, Franklin on the Stoughton 44. As they get the ball for the first time here in the second half. Franklin down 7, but we were both very impressed with Jake Noviello at quarterback. 6'5", 215, a cannon of an arm.
6'5", oh, I've been undercutting him the entire game.
Hofferty gets 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
Sean Hofferty with a carry.
So it'll be on the 41, 2nd and 6. We saw several different players being utilized by Coach Bain and the Franklin offense. Hofferty, Nally, Driscoll, Leonard, a lot of contributors. Hofferty up the middle. They run up the gut and get good yardage. That'll set up 3rd and short around the 37.
Yeah, it's always a positive too for your offense if you can instill multiple players into your playbook and keep the options open, especially running the ball and passing the ball. Just so many different options you can go to as a play caller. It keeps the defense guessing. You don't know what's going to happen.
3rd and 3. Hofferty up the middle. They tried to keep the running game going, but this time Stoughton was up to the task. In the middle on that play was John Jolly. They were probably feeling like they're in 4-down territory, and that's exactly the case here. The ball is near the 35. It is 4th down. Another big play for the Stoughton defense. They snap it. They did this a time in the first half to the running back, Gordon, and that's a first down, I believe.
Yeah, we saw that direct snap to Gordon earlier on in the game for a short yardage situation, and the same thing. Kind of a weird territory to be in if you're on offense. Too close for the punt, too far away for a field goal, so 4-down territory. Dig into the bag of tricks there, and Nick Gordon gets the first down.
Less than 8 to go. 3rd quarter. Franklin on the move. Down 7. Noviello the quarterback. 3 receivers out to the right. Noviello looks deep, incomplete, and they throw a flag on Showquist. That'll be interference or holding. I'm not sure.
Late flag. Looks like he just grabbed the jersey before the ball was thrown. So can't grab him for interference there, but we'll probably see holding.
So that'll result, I believe, in a first down for Franklin. They have done a good job throwing the ball down the middle, has Franklin. Of course, they were not able to convert in the second quarter on a pass down the middle, which would have put them ahead by 6 with the extra point pending, but it was dropped by Leonard. That play resulted in Stoughton getting the ball back, and that led to an 81-yard drive, which put Stoughton in the lead at halftime. That is a first down after the penalty. So the ball is marked. Let's see where they mark it. Right around the
spot it where the
20-yard line.
Right on the 20-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 20.
And Panthers have a first down.
Hofferty alongside Noviello, the running back. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Franklin looking to answer Stoughton's late first half touchdown. Hofferty runs the left side. 5, 10 yards inside for a first down inside the 10-yard line.
Stopped there by Ryan Semier.
And now knowing what Franklin can do on offense just opens up a lot more plays, a lot more you're able to call a lot more plays in this situation. First down, inside the 5. You know you've got options with Leonard, the big target up the middle. See what they do.
So it is second and short. He did not get the first down. Second and very short. That was really close to a first down, but they have the option to fake here on 2nd and short. They will run it. Nally gets the first down inside around the 5-yard line.
Well, it's just a play ahead. Now you have much more what you can do on offense. Now you have a lot more plays to call here.
So Franklin in great shape to get 6. They mark it.
Player down.
Hard to see from our vantage point, but a little bit. It's near the 7. And I think we have an injury.
And on the far side of the field, a player down for Stoughton. It's, again, Alex Soquist. Names you don't want to see on the injury report if you're Stoughton. Soquist is up there.
It's a first down. It's the first and goal.
So it's first and goal on the 7. Alex Soquist coming off.
On the 7. First and goal on the 7.
Running under his own power, no issues.
Got the wind knocked out of him probably.
But Franklin on the move. They convert on the 2nd and short. They have a first and goal right around the 7-yard line. 14-7 Stoughton, but that lead is in jeopardy. The direct snap again, but this time Stoughton snuffs it.
Gordon taking the direct snap.
This time it didn't work.
Yeah, something that Stoughton's starting to realize now when you see number 2 and Gordon on the field, that's going to be their first instinct. Look for that direct snap, and you know he can't throw the ball, Gordon, listed as a quarterback, but only running the ball thus far tonight.
I guess sometimes if the blocking is good, even if you know who's going to run it, it depends on the blocking. That time Stoughton was able to win the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and goal, 3 receivers out to the right. Noviello looks to his left. The lob pass knocked away. Good defense.
Ruben Gonzalez doing it on both sides of the field as we are going to expect the entire season. The little man jumping up, making a big play.
It'll still be 3rd down now for Franklin. More deception. They had 3 guys out to the right. They look left. They've been doing that quite often. They did that particularly in the first quarter.
Yeah, they did it a lot in the first quarter and in the first half in general with the 3 out wide and a lot of runs to the left, a lot of passes to the left, opening up the playbook a little bit.
Big 3rd and goal on the 7. Noviello over the middle, knocked away. Justin Lee.
For another pass.
4th down coming up.
One more time.
Now the big name for Stoughton are starting to step up, especially deep in the red zone. Ruben Gonzalez on the far side, jumping up to make the play. Lee over the middle. Just more guys stepping up. Next man up for Stoughton's defense.
Stoughton's defense was tested
And
often in the first half. And I was, excuse me, I was describing the play where Leonard did not convert the 4th down. That led to a momentum shift, and Stoughton was able to take the lead. Here again, we have another 4th down. The scoreboard is listing it at the 9-yard line, but it looks to be around the 7 or 8 from our vantage point.
So we'll see where Franklin lines up here, but you're absolutely right, Steve, that shift in momentum from the first half after the goal line stand, or the red zone stand, we should say, led to Stoughton scoring on their next possession. And almost a carbon copy here just on the other side of the field for Stoughton. 4th down and goal here. Let's see if they can make a play. Who's going to step up for the Black Knights?
All right, the scoreboard has it on the 9-yard line. We'll call it the 9, 4th and goal. A lot of receivers on both sides of the ball. Now in motion is Hofferty.
4th and goal.
He's now alongside Noviello on 4th and goal at the 9. Noviello over the middle. Incomplete. Justin Lee on the defense, but a flag.
There's a flag.
A flag on Lee.
Justin Lee.
A little too aggressive.
He's playing defense,
We'll wait to see what the call is because both sides claim that it's on the other. But it looks like it's going to be a hold against Lee.
Pass interference one more time.
So a big call. I'm looking at Greg Burke to see how he feels about that call. I don't think he's arguing it too vociferously, but that will place the ball
Should place
on
the
the
ball
2-yard
on the 2,
line.
yes. And you know Burke, he may not be unhappy with the call, but you know he's unhappy with the play because you got 4th down and all essentially for Franklin, and you step up, you make a play just a little too aggressive.
First and goal on the 2.
Just a yard.
Look for Hofferty here, number 4. And Nally. This is Hofferty.
Hofferty tries to run in.
Stuffed on the play.
And Matt Piana at the bottom of the pile making the charge, coming back from the sidelines.
52, Malachi Green Hightower, and 55, Matt Piana.
That might have been a loss.
Making the stop.
Close to the 2, 2nd down and goal. Shoke was coming back in the game.
Sean Hofferty trying to run it up the middle.
So he's okay.
Yeah, Soak was back on the field. Good to see that.
We'll see if they continue to try to run it into the end zone. They've got 3 plays to work with. It's 2nd and goal. Stoughton's defense being tested. 2nd and goal. Again, they go up the middle, and again, Paul Feeney in the middle of the play there.
Big Paul Feeney making the charge.
Paul Feeney with the
Pushes them back to about, we'll call it the 7. We'll see where they spot the ball, but this is what you need from your playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. Pinned back, a little adversity with the pass interference. Paul Feeney making a big play.
So they tried Hofferty on the first play. They tried Nally on the second play. Now they're in a position where they may rely on the arm of Noviello to get this 6 points, which could put them 1 point behind with the extra point pending.
And another player down for Stoughton here, so we'll get a stoppage.
We'll take a break. Stay tuned. It's 14-7 Stoughton. You're watching Stoughton football on Stoughton Media Access. So it was Ruben Gonzalez who was the player injured. He is walking off.
Third and goal.
He has been a big part of both sides of the ball for Stoughton. So the ball is on the 5-yard line. Third down and goal. We'll see now if they try to pass the ball after 2 runs that have failed. They started this series on the 2-yard line. Noviello calling signals. Lobs it to the left side. It is incomplete.
Looking for another pass.
So that play didn't work.
Sean Leonard there.
Good coverage by Stoughton. 4th down coming up.
Interesting to see them attack that left side of the field too, because if you recall just a few plays earlier, Noviello looked for Leonard in the back corner, and Ruben Gonzalez came up with the play. Gonzalez off the field with the injury, so you try to attack the weak parts of that Stoughton defense, but able to step up, and it was Soquist who was able to make the play.
Do those fade plays ever work in football?
When you got a receiver who's about 6'4", they're pretty
sometimes
high percentage. I'll give it that. Maybe about a 70% chance he's going to make it.
Well, so they're going to go for the field goal. Matt Zuko. It is blocked by the Stoughton defense. So Franklin comes up empty. It may have been a very low kick. I'm not sure whether it was blocked in that way or whether it was just good defense by the Stoughton line, but Franklin comes up empty and Stoughton survives that series.
Yeah, talk about a goal line stand there too. And no matter how the kick came off the foot, somebody still has to stick their hand up there, and somebody did. Gets the ball back, and there's that momentum shift again for Stoughton. A strong goal line stand. Now look for them to make a charge on offense.
Well, Coach Bain showing a lot of confidence in his place kicking game.
1st and 10 to the
But they pass up the chance to go for a touchdown, a 4th and goal from the 5. And now Stoughton has it. 1st and 10. Lee gets some tough yards as they try to. He's still going.
He gets some more tough yards.
Past the 15, and that's the 1st down.
Yeah, we'll see where they spot the ball, but pinned back in your own red zone there. You're just looking to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. But a 1st down on the first play, now you've opened up options, and now you know you got Lee up the middle, and then you can put Gibb in the middle. There's so many different options you can do now for Stoughton.
That was Ryan Sullivan-esque right there. 5 extra yards, 6 extra yards when you think he's down.
Yeah, you keep the legs churning, you just keep the body moving, and you fight off any defenders.
1st and 10. Gibb whirls, hands it, and that's Shoquist for a couple. And now we have some extracurricular activity with Lee, and I can't make out who is the player from Franklin there. That's 47,
There's a Bruce
I believe.
Johnson there trying to keep the peace there between Stoughton and Franklin, but after a pretty quiet first half as far as penalties go, and I'm not saying there's any call on the field now, some more fire coming into the game here, a little more firepower between these two teams.
Play got a little chippy there.
2nd down.
As you mentioned, some extracurricular activities after the whistle.
Ball on the 22. It's 2nd down and long. Iverson in motion, he gets it. Spins. Nice move.
Get off me.
Iverson along the near side. What a run. Beautiful game past midfield. First down, Stoughton.
And this team is pumped now. Iverson put a little spin move, put a little B button on his defender there. Stiff arms his next defender. Gets him over the 50-yard line, and this offense is pumped.
5-yard run.
A terrific run by Iverson. That has this crowd fired up. Unofficially, that was a 30-yard run. All on the Franklin 48. First down.
8-yard line.
What a run.
Oh, just an impressive run there, spinning off one tackler, stiff arming another would-be tackler.
Down for the Blackhawks.
Stoughton has the ball in Franklin territory, less than 3 to go in the third quarter. Neither team has led by more than one score in this game. First and 10 for the Black Knights. Gibb fakes, rolls to his right, over the middle, looking for Jason Joseph. We haven't called his name tonight.
No, he had Jason Joseph over the middle, hits him right in the chest, but was unable to corral it in. And a strong throw by Gibb there. And good job going through his progression too. He had Soquist out in the flat, but then finding Joseph up the middle, just unable to bring it in.
So it's a case where Jason Joseph figures to be a big player at tight end for Stoughton this year. We haven't called his name much, but I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more of him. It's second down and 10 on the 48.
On a big frame too, 6'2", 230. He's going to be that big tight end up the seam routes for Stoughton going forward.
They run the handoff.
Iverson up the middle.
Iverson for 3.
I'm seeing some impressive moves from Iverson tonight, not only on that long game there, but met by a tackler or a would-be tackler at the line of scrimmage and able to shake him loose and get a couple of yards. A little more of that speed that Greg Burke was talking about as an overall team, a little faster with the absence of Swain Price from graduation, but more guys, a little more speed overall.
Third down and 7 upcoming.
Breaking news, ladies and
Ball
gentlemen.
on the Franklin
I've just received
45.
word that there is fresh pizza at the concession stand. Fresh hot
Approaching
pizza
2 minutes to
down.
go.
Third and 7.
Third quarter. Stoughton up 7.
On the Panthers
Looking
45.
for more. Gibb. The misdirection with Iverson again. And again along the near side. About 5 yards. They're going to have a fourth down coming up.
Yeah, a lot going on in the backfield there between, with eventually Iverson making becoming the main ball carrier, but a lot of misdirection there and Franklin on their heels, not knowing where the ball's going to go.
We saw that misdirection quite a bit with Swain Price last year. Same designed play off the wing tee. They're going to go for it. It's fourth down and 1 on the 39.
Fourth and 1.
We'll see how tough that offensive line is on this fourth and short. Will they run it up the gut with Sjoquist?
No, and Berg's showing a lot of trust in his defense right now too, should they not convert on this. But you've already seen from the 2-yard line they were able to hold them to no points. So Berg's showing a lot of trust in his defense here. His offense can get the job done.
And Gibb with the first down on the quarterback sneak, and he's still going. Look at this. Wow, what a play. Down to the inside the 30-yard line.
A linebacker who runs, you said that, correct, earlier on in this game. That's what Berg calls it.
That's exactly what he said, a linebacker who plays quarterback.
Get the ball, tuck your head, and go. Classic QB sneak there, but he's rumbling for multiple yards, not just the one they needed.
When you have a quarterback who can throw and can run, that opens up everything for the team. And the offensive line did a great job there. We approach a minute to go in the third quarter. First and 10, Lee will lose a tackle, still on his feet, not gaining much on that. It'll be a short loss, but it'll be second and long.
Again, just trying to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage, and good job by Franklin there on the initial pressure. The best thing you can do as a ball carrier, just get back to the line, limit the damage.
We have not seen any long Justin Lee runs to this point. We saw a lot of them last year. And again, Stoughton's offensive line doing a good job for the most part in this game. That was a hold, though.
Holding on Stoughton.
So there was a penalty. And And this will push it back if they accept it, or will they take second and long? We'll see.
I don't know. We've seen Franklin decline multiple penalties against Stoughton, so it hasn't hurt them too much. There was the one drive, one scoring drive where they could have accepted a penalty and set them back a little bit. But for the most part, it hasn't been too costly for Franklin to decline those penalties.
So the ball is placed on the 35. It'll be second down and
Again, makes his way back on
15.
Here. It's going to be second down. Correction, first down. So it's going to be repeat first down.
My mistake.
Bring
They
it back to the 35. First
took the
and
penalty.
15.
It'll be first and 15.
Well, it's something we haven't seen. They did accept the penalty tonight.
45 seconds to go and running in the third quarter. Stoughton on the move. Push back a little. The fake by Gibb. The ball's deflected and it is almost intercepted. Should have been intercepted, really.
There.
But it was not by Palmieri.
Incomplete.
That could have been a turnover.
No, and not so much a dangerous pass. He had the open look, Gibb did. Just good hands, good reaction from Franklin there, and Palmieri just unable to come up with it. Made a stellar effort to go for that ball, though.
Second and 15. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gibb gets the play along the sideline. Multi-dimensional Stoughton offense.
Play in the third quarter.
They have converted on long
Second,
pass plays in this
15
game,
for the Knights.
but the running game has been effective here on this series. Second and 15 on the Franklin 35. The fake to Iverson. Gibb over the middle.
Yeah, looking for
Gonzalez dove for it. He came back onto the field after the injury, and that was incomplete.
So you know he must be, nobody's ever 100% on the field when you're playing football, but he must be near 100% if he's still running routes like that. Burke gave him the okay, sent it back out on the field. Good bid there, good effort to try to come down with that ball. Gibb just put it out a little too far in front of him.
Third and 15.
Gonzalez has a touchdown reception in this game, as does Rue. It's third and 15 on the 35 of Franklin. We have not had any scoring in the third quarter. In the second quarter, we hadn't had any scoring, and Stoughton scored late in that quarter. We'll see if that happens here. 28 seconds to go, third and 15. Gibb, quickly out to Gonzalez. Up the middle. He may go all the way. Touchdown, Ruben Gonzalez on the middle screen pass.
Ruben Gonzalez can do it everywhere on the outside, going up to get the ball. Then take the quick little screen pass, let him scamper up the middle of the field. Some good blocking set up by Stoughton. And just as you said, Steve, not a lot of scoring in the second. We get a score. Not a lot of scoring in the third. We get another score. Ruben Gonzalez.
35-yard touchdown. That was a very well-designed play. Stoughton has been throwing the ball deep, but that screen, that middle screen with a speedy runner in Gonzalez, and it's 20-7 Knights.
So is that our nickname for him now?
Oh, no.
We got
I
Speedy
know what you're
Gonzalez
gonna
here?
say. No, I do.
I mean, the name fits. The name fits, Steve.
The extra point is good.
I'm glad I could inspire you. There was a flag, but the kick is good, and I think it was offsides. 21-7 Knights, and again they scored just before the end of the quarter after a scoreless quarter.
And again, they score after a strong defensive stand, shifting momentum, going back down the field, and Ruben Gonzalez getting the job done.
So 35 yards, Evan Gibb to Ruben Gonzalez. That's the second time they have connected for a touchdown. 3 touchdown passes today for Evan Gibb. The Knights were trailing 7-0, but now it is 21-7 with 19 seconds to go in the third quarter. So for Stoughton, if they can hang on here and get this first win, that'll be a great way to go into next week at a very tough opponent, Power Memorial. Catholic Memorial, I should say.
Yeah, Catholic Memorial always brings a strong program, and it would be nice to be able to have home field advantage for something like that, a game like that, but with no games at home, it's going to be a tough matchup for the Black Knights.
Stoughton opens its Davenport season at Foxborough on September 22nd. They've got Sharon after that. At Sharon, and then Stonehill College for 2 home games. Not in Stoughton, but considered home games for the Knights.
37.
They will play Canton in the first of their annual 2 matchups, and they will also play North Attleboro, which figures to be a very important game in the division.
Yard line after the short kick.
Again, Franklin off the kickoff will have good field position, but now they're down 14. They had a 59-yard drive for the touchdown on the opening series of the game. They have not scored since. It feels like Franklin has scored more than 7 points in this game.
Panthers first and 10 on their own 46-yard line.
They have come up short in Stoughton territory with chances to score. And now they're down 14. But with Jake Noviello at quarterback, they have quick strike capability. Hofferty will take the handoff and get 5 yards near midfield. Coming up and making the stop for Stoughton. On the play was number 24.
Justin Lee there with a tackle.
That was coaching.
Yeah, it was Justin Lee making a good job, doing a good job, I should say, shedding his block, helping out Coachy on the tackle.
Have a second down and 6.
And like you mentioned, Steve, not a lot seen from Franklin scoring-wise later on in this game, as maybe they showed a little too much of their playbook in the first quarter with their 1 scoring drive, and then Bergen able to adjust and read some formations, especially with the direct snap, read the formations and try to be 1 step ahead of Franklin here.
Absolutely. Again, a big play in the first half was the 4th down incompletion of Leonard that could have been a touchdown pass. Then in the third quarter, they had the ball down on the 2-yard line with a great chance to score. They tried 2 running plays, that didn't work. Then they tried that fade pass, that didn't work. Then they tried a field goal, which surprised me somewhat. They were at the 5-yard line. If they don't convert, they've got Stoughton pinned. I was surprised they went for the field goal. They trusted their kicking game, did not convert. Now they're in a position where they need 2 scores to tie it here. It's the start of the 4th quarter. Franklin has the ball midfield. This is Hofferty on 2nd down. And nothing doing on that one.
Sean Hofferty here, Justin Lee.
Burke in the middle.
Yeah, Burke in the middle.
Plays, making the tackle.
Matt Piana back at nose tackle. Good to see him on the field making plays after that scary injury he suffered in the first. And Stoughton stepping up here where they need to.
So we've got a 3rd down and 6.
Franklin, 3rd and 6 on the roll.
Needs to convert here.
49.
They're down 2 scores. 10.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Noviello to the near side. That's a first down to Nally. And Nally takes it down to the 36. 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Matt Hadley with a tackle.
Hadley with the stop.
Panthers get a first down.
A gain of approximately 15 on that.
And a good route by Nally there. Just a quick out route. Gets to the first down. One thing you see a lot is on those out routes, the receiver won't cut before the line of gain. Does a good job knowing where the first down marker is and gets the first.
Nally in motion. Noviello to the near side. That's incomplete.
Noviello looking for.
Caught by Iverson, but unfortunately he's not on the field, so will not count as an interception.
Driscoll was the intended receiver there. He was turned the wrong way. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 36. Hofferty, number 4. Driscoll, number 5. Along the near side. Look for Leonard in the slot, number 8. Diverse offense. They go to Nally. Gets some blocking. Cuts into the middle. Stays on his feet and is brought down around the 37 by Feeney. Or the 27, I should say.
And Noviello begging for the first down there, but just a couple of yards short.
Third
and short. Franklin in Stoughton territory again. That's a flag.
Free play.
Free play. Broken up. And almost intercepted by Coachy.
Yeah, he claims to have come down with it, but unfortunately will not matter as there's a flag on the play, and it looked like offsides.
Almost certainly.
That'll be a first down for Franklin. 9:27 to go in the 4th quarter.
see where this lands.
Franklin led 7-0. Stoughton answered in the first quarter. We were 7-7 after one.
Okay, just the
Stoughton
outside
with a
of it.
late
Walk it up.
touchdown before halftime took the
Gonna be a first
14-7
down.
lead.
Walk it up
Stoughton
to
scored a
the
touchdown in the
30.
third
That's right,
quarter to go up 21-7.
21.
Franklin
And
looking
the
to get
Panthers
back
see
in the
a pickup
game.
of
The
first
ball is
down,
on the
first
21.
and
They got
10
a
on
first
the
down off that
Black Knights,
penalty.
21.
Noviello hands to
Hofferty.
Hofferty. Works the right
Through
side.
the middle.
About 6 yards. He's flung to the ground by Shoquist.
Yeah, Hofferty has some tough yards there.
Bringing
Just
Hofferty down.
all you can do on first down in that situation, just get as many yards as you can.
Just shy
Make
of
second and
first
third down
down.
a little easier.
Second and short.
2.
We'll call it 2.
Panthers.
Right around the 13-yard line. Franklin on the move. Hofferty met and stuffed by Burke.
Met hard by Burke there. Coming up, you can hear that tackle from a mile away.
Burke with a stop.
So,
Sean Hofferty
third
goes
and
up the
short.
middle. Anthony Burke there with a big hit.
Again,
Right
Franklin
around.
knocking on the
Last
door.
second for the
They've done this several times since their first
40 yards, we're gonna
touchdown,
have third
but they have come
and a
up
long
empty in
one.
several situations.
Panthers.
Now it's
Third
third
and
and
one.
one. They quickly
Quarterback
run the
keep.
direct snap. Lee
You see-
stops Gordon, but it's
Justin
close
Lee
to a
with a
first
tackle.
down.
You see again, Driscoll on the
Jake
field. You
Dovio,
got a
the
feeling
quarterback,
that direct
brings it
snap's
up.
coming. Stoughton able to snuff it out. Excuse me, it's Gordon, not Driscoll, on the carry.
So it is at the 13.
Let's spot the
It's still
ball.
it's a fourth down situation now for Franklin.
13 and the 14. It's not a first down. It's going to be 4th and 1.
4th and 1 on the 13.
Panthers. 4th and 1.
So
On the
Franklin
14.
has tried to run the ball in some of these key situations, and Stoughton's defensive line
Franklin
has done a
calling a
very
full
good
timeout.
job on the short running
Here
plays
they are within
that could
striking
have,
distance.
in the
4th
case
and
of
long
the
one.
situation in the third quarter, been a touchdown for Franklin, but they were stopped at the 2-yard line. Here on a 3rd and 1, the Stoughton defensive line comes up big again.
Yeah, stepping up. The right guys are making the right
Head
plays.
coach Ian
And
Bain
if you're
here,
Franklin,
his second season
you had
for
success
Franklin.
early passing the ball, but those aren't passing situations very close to your goal line as there's not a lot of room to play with. So forced to run the ball, and Stoughton able to snuff it out.
So another key defensive sequence for the Black Knights.
Confident in his players. He's excited
Can
about
they
his
stop
team this
Franklin
year.
again?
Building on a
It's 4th and
transition year
1.
from last year. And a returning quarterback in Noviello. Let's see what they've got here.
And one thing to remember, if you're Franklin here, you don't need points right now. You
Panthers
don't
with a
need
4th and long one.
you don't need to go all the way here. You don't need the touchdown. All you need is 1 yard. So you don't need to make the hero play, but you just got to get yards.
4th and 1. They're going to try an option pass, and wide open is Nally for the touchdown. That was beautifully executed by Evan Wendell with the pass, and Nally with the touchdown.
Evan Wendell, the first time we've called his name tonight here, and I guess that's
There
something
it
you're going to
is. I was
expect
just
if you're
talking
Greg
about
Burke and
head
Stoughton
coach
here as an
Ian
option
Bain.
pass. You see that sweep coming across, and
Pass from
he's got room to run,
Evan
but
Wendell,
when you've got
senior,
people wide open in the end
Jack
zone, you throw
Nally.
the ball, you can get the points when you can get them.
Well, we've seen just about everything from Ian Bain's offense. We had not seen an option pass, but that was a beautiful play on 4th down.
Yeah,
Nick
yeah.
Gordon
Just as
on
we
the hold.
mentioned, maybe Franklin showing a little too
Extra
much.
point attempt.
Maybe Franklin not showing enough.
And
Well,
it's
that
good.
time the extra point
Extra
is
point
good.
is good.
It's 21-14. They missed a
Panthers,
field goal
One score behind.
earlier
21-14
in the-
score.
in the game in the third quarter. But right now it's a 7-point game. Stoughton 21, Franklin 14. That was a gorgeous play. An option pass. Evan Wendell to Jack Nally, 13 yards. So we've got quite a game going
Yeah,
here.
we got a ball game here, Steven. You mentioned earlier with that missed field goal, could be still a one-possession game, but up 7 is a lot better than being up 4 if you're Stoughton. So you can't get too complacent on the offensive side of the ball here. You still want to do what's working, but you don't need to take as many risks. Those downfield passes may not be as high up a priority in the playbook right now. So you just want to be smart with the ball here, protect it. And I don't want to foreshadow, or I don't want to make it seem like we're hoping for turnovers, but they've been very safe with the ball. And let's hope to keep that trend going.
Panthers will be
Well, we have had 5 touchdown passes in this game. We've had Noviello to Leonard and Wendell to Nally for the touchdowns for Franklin, and we've had 3 Evan Gibb touchdown passes, 2 to Gonzalez and 1 to Rue. It's 21-14 Stoughton. The kickoff is fielded by Gonzalez at the 16. He moves up the middle, gets a pass to 30, stays on his feet.
Gets through about 10 yards.
So a good run out to the 33.
Yeah, almost stopped initially right around the 25, but able to keep his feet underneath him, gets those extra yards. And again, just look for Stoughton, be not safe, but patient on offense right now is what I'd be looking for.
Yeah, with about 7.5, a little more than 7.5 here to play.
7:48 to go, 4th quarter.
The Black Knights.
Franklin led 7-0. Stoughton with 3 scores to make it 21-7. But here in the 4th quarter, the Panthers have scored on an option pass. And now it's 21-14. Stoughton in the lead. They have it on the 33 in their own territory. Showquist is stopped.
Showquist trying
No
up
gain.
the middle. Panthers say
Good
no
defense by Franklin.
Number 52
And that is
getting in on the defensive tackle.
Aiken with the play.
And Adam White.
Yeah, you have a feeling Franklin's expecting more running plays than passing plays here. And for Stoughton, I don't blame him for running the ball. You want to try to bleed out this clock as best you can, but you still have to do what's working for you, and that's been through the air.
Stoughton has it on the 34, 2nd and 9.
Black Knights on their own 34.
We'll see how conservative, I want to say, they will be on this drive. Leading by 7. Lee past the 40, good game. That's close to a first down.
Close to a first down, and if they don't get it here, 3rd and 1 is not a bad situation to be. You got options with Gibb, bull rushing it up the middle. You got Lee in the backfield. Iverson, we've seen some impressive moves going to the outside. So still many options, especially on the ground here for Stoughton to get this first down.
The ball is at the 42. They need to get it just past the 43. So it's 3rd and short. And this is a big play to keep the possession going here. 3rd and short. Iverson in motion. They go up the middle with Showquist. Bursts it past midfield. A big play down to the 42 of Franklin, a first down.
And a good job by Showquist there, shedding some tacklers, getting some much-needed yards. Gets them on the other side of the 50, but more importantly, gets them the first down.
Possession key for Stoughton at this point.
Territory.
A, to keep Franklin off the field. B, to see if they can get a score to go up 2 scores. But right now the clock is ticking with less than 6 to go. Stoughton up 7. 1st and 10 on the Franklin 42.
Yeah, if you're Stoughton here, you're just looking, kill some time, and if you can, get some points.
Lee in motion. Showquist
Up the
gets
middle.
over 10 yards, 14 yards down to the 26.
Gonna be good for the
Alex
first down.
Showquist stepping up big right now for the Black Knights, getting the first down on the play before, getting a first down on this play, calling his number a lot, and he's coming through.
Final tackle there. Several Panthers defenders in on the play. First down for the Knights.
Yo, Harrison, roll it!
And the Panthers 27-yard line.
$5:20 to go. First and 10. Lee along the near side.
Justin Lee going outside.
Gets a few.
More importantly, stays inbounds here too, so that clock's just going to keep ticking for Stoughton.
Number 40, Thomas Blizzard.
Less than 5 to go in the 4th quarter.
Gets a yard or 2. 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. Stoughton utilizing the running game on this drive effectively. Looking to maintain its lead, maybe go up 2 scores. Showquist down to the 22.
Showquist just 2 hands on the ball, just securing possession.
Going up the
Tick,
middle.
tick, 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 tick for Stoughton.
Shoquist with the carry, gets another couple of yards. Quite 3, but it'll be 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. Ball possession the key right here. This is 4-down territory. I don't think they would try a field goal from this distance, up 7. A little bit risky. So we'll see what they can do on 3rd and 6, preserving a 7-point lead. In motion, Iverson. The pitch to Iverson. Looking for blocking. Gets to the edge. Gets the first down along the far side. Excellent running by Alex Iverson.
Excellent running by Iverson, finding the lane. An excellent job by Soquist there, leading the charge, getting the key blocks, giving Iverson those lanes. And again, stays in bounds, keeps the clock running.
Downside and leave the chain. So inside the 10, it's going to be
he got out of bounds. Oh, they gave, okay, so he was out of bounds.
First and goal.
Inside the 10.
There we go.
Stoughton in great shape right now.
After several
They have the ball deep in Franklin territory. They've kept the ball away from the Franklin offense after Franklin came out with a score here in the 4th quarter. But now with 3:20 to go, it's 1st and goal. Gibb. It's to Soquist.
Up the middle.
Powers his way near the 5.
Stopped initially behind the line of scrimmage, but keeps the legs churning and fights for a couple of yards.
Defensive line.
The clock continues to move, less than 3 minutes to go. We'll call it the 6-yard line on 2nd and goal. A chance for Stoughton to go up 2 scores and effectively put this game away if they can come up with something here.
They can ice this game with points and exactly the drive that they needed. Just kill the clock, keep the ball in your hands.
Gonzalez along the near side. Gibb runs. Here's the linebacker quarterback. He came down near the 1.
For the touchdown, but gets closer.
Put it in your quarterback's hands who can run the ball. And now an injury. As play stops, one of the Franklin players is down. So that'll be 3rd and goal on the 1. Evan Gibb, a 2-dimensional quarterback, can run, can pass. It's great in these red zone scenarios when your quarterback can run as he can. But they have power with Soquist. They have Iverson's been very effective.
Iverson, I'll use the word elusive with Iverson. He's got that speed to the outside. We see some impressive moves for him to break free, especially that long run earlier on in the 3rd. And like you said, you got Lee up the middle with power. You got Lee to the outside who can break out and have a little speed. Gibb up the middle, who you put too much attention on him to run the ball, and he'll just throw it over the top of your head.
So we'll call it the 1-yard line, 3rd and goal. 2:27 to go. Gibb up the middle. And that is a touchdown.
And there it is. Just put it in the hands of one of your best players on offense and let him do the job. Evan Gibb up the middle. Easy score for the Black Knights here. Almost putting this game away.
So the Knights answer their Franklin touchdown with an outstanding drive. A lot of good, hard running. The offensive line doing a terrific job. Soquist, Iverson, Gibb. And now it's a 13-point lead, perhaps a 14-point lead, and it's going to take a miraculous finish for Franklin to come back in this game.
Josh Kochi lining up for the extra point attempt.
The extra point is good. A 66-yard drive for the Knights, capped off by a 1-yard run by Gibb. The first running score of the game. We've had 3 touchdown passes by Gibb. We had a touchdown pass by Noviello and an option touchdown pass for Franklin. But Stoughton leads 28-14.
Yeah, not something you'd expect to see high school football-wise. The majority of your scoring is going to come from the ground, from the sweep, from power up the middle.
2 minutes and 18
But the
seconds
vertical attack from Stoughton is taking charge here. Yeah, Franklin with some nice passing of their own with Noviello, and then the option pass, but it comes down to power with Stoughton right now, and Evan doing the job.
Bundling up in future football games this season. It's nice to have a really beautiful.
So we're at Randolph High School. This game was supposed to be played at Franklin. This was supposed to be a home game for Franklin.
Franklin getting a new field.
but the track was not completed. The track alongside the football field, they couldn't get out there and play. So the two schools got together, and then they worked it out with Randolph to put the game here. It's been a great atmosphere. Great job all the way around by everybody to get the game here. It's been a fun game. Franklin not able to play this game at home. Stoughton and Greg Burke felt like
lining up for the kick.
with the game being played here, they would have a good home field. And we've had really good enthusiasm from both groups of fans here at this game. A good crowd. The kickoff, Franklin has it near midfield, but they're down 14 with 2:10 to go.
No, Stoughton definitely travels well as far as their fan base go, and if you're Stoughton on the field, having your fans behind you, even though it's not an official home game, still goes a long way. It's almost like they have the home atmosphere with them, and like I said, Stoughton travels well, and it translates on the field.
So Franklin has it on its 43, down 14 with over 2 to go. They have to hope for a quick score and a conversion on an onside kick to get back into this game.
Well, on the arm with the arm of Leonard, you know they can strike quickly, so just got to make it happen fast here. Down 2 scores with only 2 minutes left.
Noviello takes it. Looks deep over the middle, caught by Nally. The tackle by Gonzalez, but a first down. Immediately they get down to the 35.
Yeah, one thing we've seen from Franklin all day is running the ball or passing the ball. They're very quick back to the line of scrimmage, and they've already got the next play queued up and just ready to go once the ball's placed.
Less than 2 to go. Noviello again deep, incomplete.
Yeah, just a little low there, but fortunately for Franklin, stopping the clock.
Noviello there looking for Sean Leonard.
Leonard, the intended receiver. A minute 52 to go, 2nd and 10.
We'll walk it back on the 35. Second and
10 for the Panthers, down 14. Again, they need a quick touchdown to set up the onside kick possibility, but they need the touchdown first. They run the screen with Nally. He gets 6 yards inside the 30, but the clock continues to run less than 1:45 to go. Joseph with the tackle.
Interesting play call too, with a screen running to the middle of the field. Not sure what Franklin's timeout situation is, but this clock that they don't need to run is running.
3rd and 4, Noviello looking deep. That is incomplete. Intended for Driscoll. So now, it's now or never really for Franklin. 4th down, about 3. They have it inside the 30. And should they not convert this 4th down, this game will all but be over.
Yeah, do or die right now for Franklin. And I mentioned it earlier, you don't need points right now for this play in particular. I mean, you need points eventually, but you just need to get the 1st down here. You don't need to do anything crazy. But look for something toward the sideline to stop the clock too.
4th down. Noviello along the middle, and that's a 1st down. So they keep the drive alive.
Chris Donahue with an excellent catch.
Yeah, just what you needed from Franklin too. The 1st down will stop the clock, move the chains. Once the ball's snapped, they're already ready for the next play.
1st and 10 on the 15.
On the 15, Noviello over the middle, incomplete.
And again,
that was for Will Davis.
And again, Colin Sanda stepping up, blocking that pass, knocking it over the head of the would-be receiver, Davis. And Sanda stepping up big.
2nd and 10 on the 15.
Saw the play he broke up from Leonard earlier on in this game, and then just doing it again. Knows his place, does his job.
So Franklin has been pretty efficient here, moving the ball down to the 15. There's still a minute 12 left on the clock. If they can get a score, they're still in it. But it's 2nd and 10 on the 15. They fake the run. Noviello over the middle. It is over the head of Leonard, incomplete.
Sean Leonard there.
3rd down coming up.
Not easy to overthrow a 6'4" target, but Noviello finds a way too. And again, Sanda there, laying out for what would be an interception and a good play to cap off his night.
Interesting, they ran play action there. I think Stoughton would take a running play.
Now, if you're Stoughton right now, you're not really expecting anything on the ground, so play action's an interesting way to start off that play.
Well, they've done just about everything in this game. 3 receivers to the near side on 3rd and 10 at the 15. Franklin barely alive in this game right now, and now a timeout.
Franklin's going to call a timeout.
1:07 to go.
Full timeout.
28-14 Knights.
Noviello going
3 touchdown passes for Evan Gibb and a 1-yard touchdown run. Big game tonight for Ruben Gonzalez on both sides of the ball. He has 2 touchdown receptions. He has a long run. He's made some good plays on defense. Hard to pick the star of the night for Stoughton. There have been several.
I think you got to give it a Gibb. Just what he's been able to do, passing the ball through the air, and then just at the end where they needed a score, kind of iced the game, puts the ball in his own hand, calls his own number, burrows his way into the end zone, gets the score. If I had to pick player of the game here, I'd probably give it a Gibb. But Gonzalez, you're absolutely right, has also stepped up, made some good plays on defense.
Let's hear it one more time for the cheerleaders.
Well, you know, in talking to Coach Burke before the game, he said we need good pass blocking. They've had that. He wants to see good line play on both sides of the ball with all the guys having left from last year. We've seen good play in many cases on both sides of the ball.
On the 15, 3rd
and 10 now on the 15. We'll see what Franklin comes up with out of the timeout. Noviello to the near side, that's Nally. And he's brought down by Lee. It is 4th down coming up. The clock continues to run. 55 seconds to go. 4th down.
3
and 7 at the 12.
4th down. And
Less than 50 seconds to go. 3 receivers out to the right. Driscoll along the near side. Noviello over the middle. Incomplete. Broken up by Lee. And Stoughton will win this game.
Yeah, Stoughton coming up big, and Justin Lee just doing what he needs to do. Doesn't have to. You don't have to generate a turnover there. Well, you get the turnover on down, excuse me, but Lee doing a good job breaking up the pass. And Stoughton's going to win this ball game, and they're fired up.
Well, Franklin had 2 touchdowns in this game, but I've lost count how many times they were knocking on the door and didn't score. Stoughton has,
ladies and gentlemen,
the old expression, I think I used it earlier, they've been bending, but they have not broken too often in this game. And now it's just a matter of running out the clock and enjoying an opening victory of the 2017 season for the Black Knights.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get your home opener win on your home turf, but Randolph gracious enough to allow us to use their field tonight, use their stadium, a beautiful complex here, and Stoughton taking advantage of the unofficial home crowd, but able to get the job done and get a good win.
To use a phrase from Coach Burke, hats off to Franklin. They played a really good game today. Franklin lost big time to Stoughton last year, but the game's still all they can handle. But Stoughton and Evan Gibb leading the way to a 28-14 victory.
Yeah, you look at the scoreboard. The scoreboard doesn't really indicate the quality of game this was. Franklin on the doorstep multiple occasions. Stoughton coming up big in the red zone and able to convert on all their drives.
We really appreciate you guys coming up here.
Well, that'll wrap it up here from Randolph High School. I want to thank a few people.
And with that,
Jeff
the Black
Pickett,
Knights take the
CJ Mullen,
the opening game of the
Tommy
season,
Smith,
28-14.
Yanni Atanis.
Thanks everybody for coming out.
Great job, guys.
Franklin
for Stoughton Media Access.
Enjoy your week. See you next week.
Dan, a pleasure once again.
Absolutely, Steve. Happy to be back. It's going to be another great season, and every game that we can call together will be a pleasure.
For Dan Snyder, I'm Steve Vecchione. Once again, the final in the opening game for the Black Knights. The Stoughton team comes away with a 28-14 victory over Franklin.
Good luck.
You've been watching Stoughton Black Knights football on Stoughton Media Access.